A final answer tonight for a saga on the southwest side. After months of back and forth, plans are called off for a migrant tent camp in Brighton Park.
The governor had the final word, and he squashed it, citing environmental concerns at the construction site. Our Marybel Gonzalez has been on top of this story, looking ahead to what happens now, and also questions about how much all this cost. And she's now for us at City Hall. Marybel?
Yeah, Joe and Erica, the state gave a clear no to the Brighton Park migrant tent base camp, but questions remain as to what will happen with this land and how much has already been allocated towards construction and cleanup. We asked the city for those numbers, but so far, no answer. These tents up on 38th in California and Brighton Park, meant to house up to 2,000 migrants, will now house none. Governor J.B. Pritzker on Tuesday halting the construction that started last week, citing environmental concerns with the land. In a statement saying, in part, the insufficient sampling and remediation at the Brighton Park site does not meet state cleanup standards for residential use. This despite the city of Chicago over the weekend deeming the site safe, following an investigation and removal of contaminated soil.
The state did not provide any additional guidelines or any sort of methodology in which they were requiring us to go by, so we used the standards that were available to us.
Alderwoman Julia Ramirez says she expected the site to open up as early as this week, with construction well underway.
Do you know how much money the city has already spent to date on that construction?
As of right now, I do not, but I know that this is a really important question.
Now on her agenda, determining what to do with the land and the investment already put in.
And how is this not going to be a net loss, but how are we going to proceed in giving something back to the community?
Meanwhile, a race against the clock to figure out where to house migrants as temperatures drop. The city moving forward on plans for a migrant tent camp on the site of a vacant lot in Morgan Park and a shelter at a former CVS in Little Village. The Archdiocese of Chicago also stepping in to help. In Portage Park, a new shelter at St. Bartholomew School and Convent to house as many as 350 families.
Public safety is the main concern, and making sure that everybody's following the rules, the protocols of a shelter. There's not a lot of noise or partying outside at the parking lot.
Now, last week, the state announced $65 million to go towards that tent camp in Brighton Park and also the CVS shelter in Little Village. The city saying it will continue to work with the state on the latter through its contract with Gardaworld. Reporting from City Hall, Marybel Gonzalez, CBS 2 News.